Naruto Storm Connections is the newest Storm game in the franchise. And with it being the newest, you would expect a lot of updates and fixes from the previous game. And while that may be the case in some aspects, the game is also lacking in some aspects as well. You have things like jutsu spam and broken jutsus that just seemingly the game almost wants you to do, especially when it comes to online players. Anybody online on this game that you play, usually they have some broken jutsus in a rotation between their three characters that almost leaves them unopened, and you won't be able to do anything about it. Now, with this being the case, I wonder just who made the lead decision to have this happen, because as we all know, this game being, the successor to Storm 4, you're able to do things like, first of all, your chakra recovers. That's one thing for sure. This isn't something that we've seen in any other Storm game before. Chakra recovers slowly in this game, sometimes even fast by itself. And with this inclusion, you can only come to the conclusion that, the game wants you to spam. If the game didn't want you to spam, they wouldn't just give you, auto regen chakra all the time. So it's almost like you get rewarded for being, spammy. And then you have players that use characters like, Minato, and you just get Flying Rajan level 2 over and over and over. And it kind of makes the gameplay, at least when you're playing online against someone who's spamming against you, it makes it a little bit, unbearable at times. It also can be extremely tiring. And there seemingly is no fix for this in the game whatsoever. I forgot how long it's been since the game has been released, but it hasn't been too terribly long, and there seems to be no patchwork or anything going into the game. And to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I'm going to go ahead and pick Minato in just a regular match and show you what some people have to deal with, okay? And on top of that, I'm going to do Flying Rajan level 2. We'll throw Pain in there as well. Let's get Pain. And who's another character that's a little scummy? This Sarada, the Academy Sarada, is also kind of spammy as well. But, playing Storm 4, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about as soon as this loads in. So coming from Storm 4, you wouldn't be able to do things like this over and over. You couldn't Flying Rajan level 2, over and over. This is many people's go-to in this game. Just doing that. And notice how the chakra regen is slowly filling up. Actually, it's not even that slow at all. It's kind of fast. And if you layer this ability, the Flying Rajan level 2, with an assist, it becomes essentially just super broken. Almighty push there. So yeah, something that I have a problem with in this is just the amount of jutsu spam. Sometimes I want to just get on the game and have a really fun match, but then the match becomes centered around how am I going to beat this opponent's spam, How am I going to beat all this stuff being thrown at me every second when I just want to fight? That's something that this game has to come to terms with and, find some balance to it. They give you the chance to counter like this in the game where you can counter melee hits, but you're still not able to do anything about, jutsus. There should be some jutsu counters besides, Almighty Push or Neji's 64 Palms. And Hinata's 64 Palms. Those are the only moves. The protective jutsus are pretty much the only moves you have to counter spam. And then even that themselves can become spammy with it. And I'll show you right now. Pain, I have Pain on my team to showcase it. But he also has Universal Pull, which means if anybody does a vanish, a substitution, right after, I can catch them with that. I'm getting whooped by the CPU right now because I'm not even trying, but yeah. This game has a lot of balancing issues that need to be worked on for sure. And that's not it either. There's also more to this as well. So yeah, we talked about how this game, is the newest game in the Storm series, and it should have, everything that you would want in a Storm game from the previous games. And that would also mean being able to go online, and invite your friends to a game. This is a feature that has been left out of this game completely. And like I said, This game released in, I don't even know how long it's been, but it came out in November 2023. As I'm recording this video, it's January the 6th, 2024, and there's no way to invite friends. You see, when you get on casual match, all you have is start matchmaking, team formation, select stage, and matching settings. That's all you have. If you click start matchmaking, you instantly get thrown in. Nothing you can do. Same thing with ranked. Now, I did hear talk about something happening with Storm Connections. Where they're gonna have some update where you can play, online against your friends from different regions and all that stuff, and then you'll be able to invite your friends to a lobby. But I just can't place my finger on why you can't make your own custom lobby in this game. Especially when Storm 4, you were able to do that. Why is it that something that was in a previous game is left out of something that's newer? It doesn't even make any sense at all. They have the coding, to have the custom lobbies and all that stuff. All they have to do is take that, tweak a little bit of things, because I think, majority of people that play this is probably on like the new series of consoles, like, PS5, Series X and S. So they should, be able to embed the coding from the last game into this, just tweak a few things, and boom, you have your online lobby. But it's almost as if this game didn't have any like beta testers or anything. They kind of just threw this game out, expecting it to do well because it's a Storm title, right? And I don't know how to feel about this. It kind of gives me a little bit of concern going forward with like anime titles. Of course, we have games like Kakarot, that game delivered well, came out in like 2020. This game came out 3 years later, and somehow Storm 4 beats this game in aspects that shouldn't even be happening when this game is completely newer. And this game isn't all bad, don't get me wrong. This game has its ups and downs, but the game is actually fun. The combat is fun. When you're not dealing with spam over and over and over, the game is really good because the battles are more, high-paced, fast-paced, because the chakra regen does give you the option to, continue battling without having to go back and charge. You're still able to charge, but they added that new ability. And also, when you're in the air comboing, if you knock somebody down, you're able to chase them and continue your combo. I like all that. All that is nice. But you can't add these few things and expect for the game to be, completely perfect when you're missing a lot of core aspects that the previous Storm games had. Now, I personally believe, like I said earlier, if they include something like, a jutsu counter besides Almighty Push or 64 Palms, some way to counter jutsus, so you hold RT and X, you're able to counter melee hits. We need to be able to counter jutsus with the amount of spam that is online, because the amount of people that spam online almost makes this game unplayable. And I've seen plenty of people complaining about it as well. There's also clips all over YouTube. So it's almost about like who picks the most powerful, spammiest characters online wins. If you go online as well, you don't really find a lot of people having variety in their characters. At least from my standpoint. Everybody that I've fought online, they either have some variant of Sasuke, some variants of Naruto, Pain, Delta, Baryon mode Naruto, that broken Sarada with the, I forgot what the jutsu's name is. Let me look at it really fast. Okay, yeah, this Sarada with the lightning flicker and the blade trap is a little bit too much. Like, you have these characters, people only pick all these broken characters, man. You don't see people picking like Choji. You may see an occasional Rock Lee out there, but Rock Lee is good. You don't see any Shikamaru's, you don't see any like Sai. Kiba's broken. You might see a lot of Kiba. But my point is that you only really see the broken characters like Madara, the Six Paths, or Obito, or Indra and Ashura. You know how broken these two guys are. They both have like AoE like jutsu, so if you get close to them, you just get hit, which kind of sucks. They have AoE jutsu, and they also have like range jutsu, which makes them incredibly broken. So you can't really, if somebody's timing it like precisely, you can't even come up to them and they can throw stuff at you, which kind of sucks. But that's not my biggest concern, man. Like I said, if you had jutsu spam, you'd be able to do something about this. And people would probably pick more variety in their teams. Because all I'm seeing right now is just the top tier characters online, and that's it. There's probably like a few anomalies that, you know, pick like not so high tier characters and play and they're still good with them, but those people are actually skilled. But from what I've seen happening with this game, a lot of like the OG players, like the pro players, they're kind of losing, like, you know, losing the heart to play this game because of all the spamming that goes on. It feels unrewarding to hop on this game just to have some fun and just, you know, get hit with flying Raijin level 2 spam, or, you know, Odama Rasengan spam. It just kind of, it's kind of disheartening a little bit, and it turns players off from playing this game, and they need to work on that, man. With that being said, I don't want to say this game has failed, because they still have the opportunity to fix the game, but with the state this game is in right now, I can see players, you know, steadily decreasing from playing this game over time, and relatively faster than like the previous Storm games as well. Storm 4 had like a long longevity. Sure, the online might have died down a lot, but, you know, I still had friends and people that would get on like just to play the game sometimes with each other and have fun. Me and my friends sometimes would hop in Storm 4 and have like endless battles with each other. You know, just have like fun fights. And there wasn't really much spamming going on in those fights. It was mostly just skill based, you know? Now you hop on this game, it's just, you have to deal with all this spam. Players weren't going to stay for long. And I think they might have plans to release DLC for this game as well in the future. But no one wants the DLC if it's just going to be another spammy character, you know? And I guarantee you, all the DLC characters that are going to come out for this game, they're going to be broken. They're going to have something that makes them broken for sure, to contest with everybody else. And, you know, being that you can't even invite your friends to a game on this, you have to just subject yourself to playing online against somebody that doesn't care about spamming. So you're kind of stuck in this endless cycle of, is this person going to spam, or is it going to be a fun match, or what? And I feel bad because all the lower ranked players as well that hop on this game, sometimes they don't have any spammy characters, but they have to adapt to the landscape of this game and pick spammy characters to contest with everybody else. So I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say this game has failed, but they have to hop on that and make changes soon, or the fan base will steadily decrease and this game will be non-existent. And they'll either have to wait for a new Storm game to come out and fix all the problems, or, you know, just let the Storm series die out with this, because a lot of people are unhappy with the state of this game. I'm not per se unhappy, but I do dislike a lot of the things that are happening right now in the game. So maybe I am unhappy. I don't know. I still have fun playing this though, but I hate spammy characters. I hate spamming myself. So yeah. Do you think this game has failed? Leave a comment down below and tell me your opinions on the game itself. Thank you for watching the video, and how can they make this game better? Peace.